Alright, man, today we're looking at the internet's deepest rabbit hole. Let's see, I have no idea what this could be. The video contains commentary, okay, it's an opinion, alright. So basically, he's saying this so they don't send 5 black vans in front of his house at 3 AM. From what I'm looking at right now. Yo, this is... I feel like I'm in a Netflix show, bro. I might gotta sub to this, dude. This is like insane high quality. Alright, man. This is a long video, so grab popcorn, food, whatever the hell you want. Skittles. What you got for us next, Bo?
Saturday.
I'm expecting a banger.
Wildfires are decimating Hawaii.
I'm getting chills.
The Barbenheimer phenomenon is in full force.
I'm
And
getting
over in an
chills.
unassuming corner of cyberspace, someone creates a YouTube channel with an urgent call to action.
This matter is of utmost significance for the survival of every living being on this planet.
It's called the Earth Save Science Collaborative, and it's hosted by a man named Alan Agon Shalakian. On his channel, we can find over 180 videos of this man warning people about global issues like climate change, nanoplastics, and disinformation campaigns.
Do y'all believe this? Do y'all believe in the global warming and that stuff? I'm not gonna lie, I honestly don't. I feel like it's like used, I feel like obviously it's real because, bro, the weather is always gonna change, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was the Antarctica age. Like, have y'all watched the movie Ice Age, bro? That's how the world was, or apparently that's what they say, so I think the weather will just change, like, no matter what, you know what I mean? These guys, I've seen actors go on, like, documentaries and, like, act like they're crying and stuff, talking about all the global warming, and I'm like, bro, you're just acting, like, I can see, you know what I mean? So this dude, I'm gonna say this dude is an experienced actor, okay?
Admittedly, while these are all issues that are plaguing the world, the
Just
way
know they're gonna want us to drive electric cars with the Teslas and all that. You will never catch me in a Tesla, I'll tell you that right now.
Agon is framing them is a bit odd. In every single one of his videos, he sits in front of a camera dressed in a suit, goes on about his various accolades, and spends anywhere
By the
from
way,
around
this dude looks AI
30
too, like
minutes
there's something
to
off
3
about
and a
this
half
guy.
hours, fear-mongering
3.5
about things
hours
like
now.
geophysical
Yeah,
anomalies
see?
inside the Earth's core.
See, that's the word I was looking for, fear-mongering. That's what it is, you know? They're like, oh, you have to donate, like, to this to, like, stop the global warming, blah, blah, blah. You can't drink off a plastic straw, like, bro, come on.
Then, upon
Let's be
doing
real,
further
come on.
research,
We know what
appear
you're
to
doing.
have little to no basis in
We see it.
scientific fact. According to Agon, if humanity doesn't unite to solve this global threat,
I do
then
got a
the
new
end of the
soundboard, by
world
the way.
is quite
We may
literally
use
just
it in
a
this
few
video.
years
I'll
away.
see.
On his website, Earth Save
Yo, by the way, this dude is AI. I'm calling you right now. This
ScienceCollaborative.com.
dude is not even real, it's AI.
We can
That's
find a
what this
section
video
that
is
gives
about.
us insight into his
Just
cause.
remember that I called
And
it, okay?
at a cursory glance, we can notice a plethora of colorful phrasing formatted in bold for dramatic effect. Agon claims that there are alarming anomalies. There's a chaotic
Yeah, I'm
acceleration.
good. Also, bro, I remember, have y'all heard of the Yellowstone volcano, bro? I used to watch videos of that when I was like 12, talking about, oh, like, the next cycle's like this year, the next cycle's like next year, like, it's all fear-mongering, bro.
of the planet's
I'll tell you that
rotation
firsthand.
that humanity only
Because apparently if the Yellowstone volcano goes off, it's gonna, like, destroy America and Canada and, like, the whole world or some bullshit,
has
bro.
a few years to
Who
avert
knows?
an impending catastrophe. And upon taking a look at their scientific papers, he makes bizarre claims about an external and unknown cosmic force that's causing all of this. Now, to me,
See, usually they tell you it's because of the carbon monoxide or whatever from the cars, right? But this dude has just said it's an external cosmic influence. See,
this entire movement comes off as
you
conspiratorial.
gotta at least put some effort into it, you know what I mean, to make it seem real.
Agon, in my opinion, consistently instills urgency in the reader, distorts science-backed evidence to fit his
Yo, on God, this is AI. I just
narrative.
put that shit on God. Look at him.
and given that he
Look at how his mouth moves, bro.
appears to be someone so ingrained in academia
Yeah.
and the government,
This
is
about to be a
feigning
crazy
credibility
video,
while
though.
banking on the hope that you won't ever verify
If
his
people are
claims.
spending 3-hour videos, bro, of AIs and then making websites and stuff, like, I wonder how many donations he got.
But okay. So we found a channel on YouTube
Alright.
with a random old guy that
Please
uploads
tell me it's
crazy
AI, 'cause
videos
I just put that shit on God, so this dude better be AI.
about an impending calamity that could happen in as little as years. Why exactly are we giving this guy attention? And what truly is the big deal here?
Please.
Well, while in any other circumstance I would have moved on before this video even started, there was one simple thing that kept me here.
I'm so confident he's AI, bro. I'm so
His
confident.
hands.
Yes. There you go.
Online,
How many
people have
fingers do they
noticed
have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay.
that in certain videos,
AIs usually have 6 fingers, by the way, so I don't know.
Aegon doesn't move.
Wow.
And while it's such a simple, silly observation,
Oh, damn. So this is already huge. This has already been out.
it's effectively morphed what was supposed to be just a
I think I heard of something like this, where like the books in the back were like completely fake. Was it this guy? I don't know if it was this guy.
random internet anomaly into one of the strangest and most perplexing internet rabbit holes that I have ever seen.
Damn. Listen, I'm watching a Netflix show right now, alright? I just wish I had some food to eat right now.
We'll return after these messages.
Oh, is it an ad?
Alright guys, before we continue,
Alright.
just a quick story time. Alright, so as you guys may know,
I kind of want to listen to the story time, low-key, but it's an ad, bro. I can't fall for it. I'm sorry, bro. Next, bro, you seem like a good guy, bro. Your videos are high quality. I'm sorry, man.
Government
Government AI generated fake YouTubers are now a thing. Damn.
generated fake YouTubers are now a thing, and they're super scary.
Now, I'm not AI, by the way. For anyone else wondering, I'm not AI. I'm
Hi
real.
guys. Recently
Let's
I
just
found a
get that
video
out.
on YouTube about Destiny doing some research and some weird things, and one thing
But
caught
by the
me.
way, I have realized this. There's so, bro, I keep seeing reels of like just like AI stuff now. AI dogs, AI people, AI fucking models. Like,
Attention. This dude
crazy.
named Aegon Shalakian is supposed to be a person with a lot of influence.
but that's why I'll say this: that in this new era where like it's gonna be a bunch of AI rappers. By the way, so many rappers use AI in their songs now, and they just deny it. Like, bro, that new Drake, man, I don't know, that new type of auto tune, bro. I swear it sounds AI. And then I think Playboy Cardi used like AI, and then some other dude, like this happened recently, like this week. Some other dude used AI for like his whole song and then denied it, and then it came out and said, "Yeah, I did." Like,
US
but
government
what I was about to say is that in this new age where everyone's using AI, the authenticity and like the realness, I feel like that will prosper, in my opinion.
but he
Because people are gonna get eventually bored of this. It's gonna seem so fake that, you know what I mean? You're gonna want realness back.
never existed, and everything about him is just odd or weird. in
I think
some
it's
way.
just a cycle, you know what I
He
mean?
has a YouTube channel.
At
in
some
which he
points, the
only
internet is
speaks
like very
directly to
real,
a
and at some
camera,
points very fake.
Speaks a bunch of
And right now it's very fake, you know, but in like a few years it'll switch back, it'll become real again.
nonsense about
Does that make sense?
political stuff and does not move. I'm being serious. This guy sits for 3 hours without moving his hands.
Yeah, I called it, bro. You could just see his mouth is like moving too quick, you know what I mean?
All across the internet.
There's like glitches
we
when he
can
moves.
find him.
I wonder though, what's the purpose of doing this? Like making a whole YouTube channel and like uploading 4-hour videos, which by the way, no one's watching that. And then, you know what I mean? Spreading like fear about like the climate or whatever.
On LinkedIn, Facebook, Research Archives.
Bro,
and
this is like insane level of like planning. Like, you know, like look at this. They made a LinkedIn for this dude. They made bro, it's going to be very difficult to tell who's real and who's not in the coming future, bro. I can see so many people get catfish off of like stuff like this, like, oh, it's a fake model with like a bunch of fake accounts, and then all of a sudden some dude is sending her like 100K or like some shit, you know what I mean? Or even this dude hits you up and he's like, oh, I have like this crazy job, you know what I mean? You just gotta send us your info or whatever, and you go on his LinkedIn, oh no, it says Harvard University, whatever, he looks so real. He has like 500 fake followers or whatever the fuck. Damn, bro.
photographed with countless major public figures in governments
Yeah,
and
it's about to get
academia.
scary.
Aegon, according
Bro, is that the Pope?
to his Facebook and LinkedIn profiles, carries a highly
Wow.
decorated resume, having studied at numerous prestigious institutions like Harvard, MIT, and Stanford.
Damn,
And
bro.
while this looks impressive, he notes that he somehow attended these universities at the exact same time. Now, as we
That's a
know,
slow poke.
anyone can put anything on a LinkedIn profile, and given that his accolades are so incredibly out there, it's possible that some, if not all of his social media claims are bogus. On top of this, if we perform a search for Egon Shalakian on the internet, we'll find that hardly any of his actual research comes up. For someone so ingrained, so well networked, you would think that this man's work would be everywhere. But aside from his own profiles, paid articles he himself submitted to the press, and videos from his YouTube channel.
Bro, this dude is submitting articles to the... Nah, by the way, there has to be companies behind this guy, by the way. And I don't know what they want or whatever, but hopefully this dude explains it. Next quote.
Little, if anything,
The
is
uploader.
out there. It seems that all we have are a myriad of images depicting Egon with public figures. However, upon looking
This
at
is
them
just
closer,
weird. This is like very soulless. Like, why the fuck would you do this?
even
You know what I mean?
these seem strangely uncanny.
Damn, bro. This editing is fire. The sound is fire. The music, like... This dude, listen, yo, next quote, you gotta look into making like a Netflix show or something, bro. I really think you can do it. A documentary or something. Wow, is this real?
He can be seen photographed with former CIA Director Stansfield Turner, but it looks...
Oh, what's going on?
This one's with a Harvard colleague named Robert Merton, but... what's going on here?
What's going on? I don't see it.
Okay, what about this one? This one looks normal. But no. Hold on.
I'm so confused. Wow, bro. This is just soulless. Wow. Insane, bro. Insane. I don't get what's like the purpose of all this. I hope this dude explains it, bro. Yeah, this is creepy. God damn, bro. This isn't a scary video, but this video will give you chills, you know what I mean? And just make you rethink shit. Yeah, this is crazy. Wow. Perfect match. Like, straight up
Egon
copy and paste.
Shalakian has fabricated a massive network of images depicting endless aspects of his life that never happened.
Yo, by the way, could he have possibly like scammed someone and like said like, yo, bro, imagine he scammed like a big company and said, yo, like I need like fuel from NASA, you know what I mean? That costs like trillions or whatever. And then they actually sent it to him.
This is why he's garnered such an infamous
Or is that
reputation. The bizarre, nonsensical LinkedIn timeline. The unnatural ability to sit still for over 3 hours at a time while professing absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I can't still
And
sit still for 5 seconds, bro.
His
You're telling me
entire
to sit still
online
for 3
presence
hours?
rests in the uncanny valley. And given how proficient AI has become at
Yeah,
spoofing
this is what I was talking about. A bunch of reels now are just fake. Like,
entire personalities
it's so
online,
dumb.
this left many across the internet wondering if this could be what's going on here. Is Egon
Could this Egon dude be like a little like awareness type of stunt? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh look, like we fooled y'all. Like, pay attention to the AI, or
Shalakian,
I don't know.
proficient
Nah, there's something like
researcher,
way
world-renowned
darker
scientist,
like
and
that.
highly decorated alumnus of numerous prestigious universities, even a real person? Or is this one of the most involved examples of the dead internet theory that we've
Damn.
ever seen?
Damn.
On Egon's channel exists a documentary called The Impact, and in it, we can hear an AI George Washington calling the audience to action against a so-called foreign enemy. It goes on to fearmonger about impending civil war, so-called anti-cult organizations that oppose him, and it puts forth various potential scenarios about the end of the world. It is, for all intents and purposes, complete AI slop. And weirdest of all, it goes on for 8 entire hours.
What the fuck?
If you click around this video, you will learn nothing. It's just a bunch of random propaganda wrapped up in vernacular that simply goes on in circles.
This
Yet,
is creepy.
even so, surprisingly, this video has found an audience. Thank you to all that stood up to protect
Wow.
our Constitution and our rights. Yeah, by the way, it's
By the
nice
way,
to-
these be the most loyal soldiers that if the video told them like you gotta meet me at this place to go, you know, run this heist, like these guys will be like, yeah, I'm down.
see actual journalism for a change. You all didn't have the complete story. The rabbit hole goes much
Yo, let me actually these are fake accounts, bro. Wow, it just hit me. These are fake accounts. Wow.
deeper. This
Nah, there's no public
this
reception.
is 8 hours
It's fake
long,
accounts,
and you're
bro.
saying we don't have the complete story? What? So I'll just go forth and say it. I refuse to believe that anyone on planet Earth has had the willpower to sit down and attentively watch all 8 hours of this, much less consider it journalism. As we can see, these comments all come from those with
Yeah.
randomized usernames,
Bro, I just called it. These are all fake accounts.
empty YouTube channels, not a single profile picture. It appears that the only
kinda
ones
scary,
here
bro.
are bots, a revelation that does not help Aegon's case.
Damn.
We're going a little bit deeper, okay? In chat, somebody brings up a YouTube video of this guy.
Hello. My name is Aegon Chalakian. I am an intelligence educator. I prepare intelligence personnel for clandestine service. The focus of my career has been centered on the intelligence component of national security.
As this mystery made its way across the internet
3
thanks to a
hours
live
and
stream by
34
Destiny,
minutes, bro.
it led many to scour for traces of him online. It quickly became clear that nearly all media involving Aegon Chalakian involved him speaking in front of a camera. His entire image was incredibly manicured, overproduced, and for a while, it seemed like there was nothing out there that could truly humanize him. But right when people were keen on throwing this entire mystery away as just another case of AI-generated nonsense, a random pandemic-era video depicting a Zoom call, of all things, found its way into the spotlight.
Wow. So is Aegon actually a person? Where is he? Yo.
Hey there again.
Wow.
How you doing?
Well, how about yourself?
Just peachy. I figured I'd step in early and just hang my hat.
Awesome.
Alright, that ain't
We
AI,
have some
that's
people
real.
who are
I
just
feel
kinda
like that's
hanging out
real.
here. The judges are deliberating. The pitches took a little bit less time than we had planned for, since we had.
And so,
was up?
there we have it. Aegon is just peachy. And he's a real person. Turns out that this guy pulled a Stephen McDaniel and somehow sat still for 3.5
No,
hours,
no,
which
no.
is weird, but...
Someone killed him and stole his identity, bro. I
Okay.
called it right now. You
So
heard it
that's
from
all
me.
this is then, right? A conspiracy theory YouTube channel run by an old man doctoring photos of himself and over-embellishing his achievements to
Or
make him
someone
seem
just
more
like stole his
legitimate than
identity,
he
you know
is.
what I mean?
Someone who, admittedly, seems pretty nice according to this call.
Question
And
is, does
someone
he
who
know
found
about it?
himself ensnared in an online conspiracy about his very existence, completely out of nowhere.
What went wrong? What went wrong?
You know, the reason
should've
I
got
do
some
what I
food,
do
bro.
is because of mysteries just like this. Creepy internet anomalies that we can investigate and solve with a logical conclusion. Aegon has fabricated an entire online persona, and admittedly, it was an engaging investigation. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Bro. I'm telling you, someone stole his identity, bro.
Something is wrong.
Something's off. If you know, you know.
All throughout Aegon's comment section, we'll notice the same commenter
Wow.
spread out across his uploads. And upon taking a
313
look,
Detroit. Everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
interesting. What's going on with this?
Wow. That's all
Representatives
connected.
of the Creative Society delivered a substantive presentation
Do y'all
addressing
think?
one of the most
Do y'all think the
pressing
real Aegon knows like this is going on, or is he in agreement with them, or like how does it work?
issues that has long been the subject of my research and concern for many years.
Weird, but okay. What the hell's the Creative Society? There it is again.
Bro, this is a crazy ass code, bro.
Okay, I'm not trying to be tinfoil hatty, but there are way too many oddities taking place with this channel.
How is this real life, bro? Like, did this happen in real life? Like, I'm genuinely
Single
shocked.
comment supports Aegon. They seem to heavily lean Russian. They all connect in some way to something called Creative Society. And upon closer inspection, why is Aegon on their website? From what it seems, Aegon Shalakian isn't just a one-man show. It's a group.
Wow.
So who in the world are these people?
What do y'all think? Are they funded by like a big company?
Here's a typical morning routine as someone who owns 11
Oh my
pets.
god, that's
Okay, I've been making this brown sugar mocha dalgona lately, and Nescafe is helping me.
November 7th, 155 miles per hour winds just wiped out 80% of the city.
It is what all people want.
Be honest, y'all be watching
We've
AI
been
videos, right? You fucking weirdos in here, bro.
Conducting a lot of surveys for several years.
I'm not gonna lie though, some of them are addicting, but I can't, man. I gotta click off.
No day without informing about Creative Society.
It is not some saintly cult. The Creative Society is all of humanity. And when I say all, it means all.
Someone should upload a video about them joining the Creative Society for a day and like seeing how they operate. I feel like that'll be a banger.
Making its way onto every social media algorithm across the vast ocean of the internet is an idea. An idea that, on the surface, sounds idyllic, the sort of thing you'd hear in, let's say, a dream. The long-awaited arrival of a future we were promised, yet never came, and one that'll radically transform the lives of everyone that chooses to follow it. It goes by the Creative Society, and it's spilling out onto TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, really anywhere with an audience online.
This is insane.
Take a look around, and chances are you'll find it. Front and center on their website, we're greeted with oddly familiar dialogue.
I'm actually wondering how many like real people they recruited to this. I feel like some actual people would have probably like joined this, you know what I mean, and tried to help the cause or whatever the fuck they're doing out there.
Today, as the global community faces an increasing threat of natural disasters, the pursuit of security and sustainability has become fundamental for everyone. This situation requires immediate and decisive collective action.
See, this is why I don't trust people that speak about global warming, because it ended up being some shit like this.
Just like the Earth Saves Science Collaborative, we're confronted with a conveyor belt of ideas, videos, and scientific reports that scaremonger about many of the same problems that Aegon told us about earlier.
Yeah.
Nanoplastics, catastrophic earthquakes, an increase in turbulence in the Earth's atmosphere. It honestly sounds like a complete rehash of the exact same information. So much so that when I was digging through this, I found myself wondering why they even bothered creating another site at all.
Literally.
Upon heading over to their About page, we're given somewhat of an answer.
But I'll tell you why. Because all they need is one big investor, literally just one, that will invest millions into this, and then boom, they're done.
As the site goes from a retreat
It hits their crypto account, it's not traceable, and it's done.
Familiar information to something completely out of left field. According to the wall of information before us, the Creative Society is more than just a bunch of scientists peddling dramatic theories about climate change. It's an international project uniting volunteers from over 180 countries, aka most of the world, with the goal of transitioning in a legal and peaceful way within the shortest possible time to a new creative format of society worldwide.
Yeah, this sounds like a
Further
crazy
down,
ass
they
cult.
go on to reveal that their aims include eradicating climate change, which they believe is caused not by humans, but cosmic forces, as well as miraculously putting an end to all wars.
Honestly, they might be right about that because, like I said, there was the Ice Age at one point, you know what I mean? And then there was like the Volcanic Age or whatever, if that even was a thing. But like I said, like the climate just changes, you know what I mean?
They guarantee that under this new system, all adults will receive a universal
Wow.
basic income every month.
Nah, I do keep hearing this, and actually, I think, do y'all think this will happen, like the universal income? I feel like if AI takes a lot of people's jobs, I honestly think this will happen, low-key. It will be like a monthly payment every month, you know, and then the AI is just gonna work, and then, you know, the human can just, you know, go to the gym, go do whatever the fuck they want.
Extra
But they don't have to work.
$100,000 upon the birth
They
of
don't
their
have to even
first
wash
child.
dishes, you know what I mean? The robot will do that for them. A one-time payment equivalent to 100k USD. Listen, honestly, this is not a bad idea. This would increase the birth rate. I'm honestly, I'm for this. You know what I mean?
Free healthcare will exist across
Now
the
you may talk about overpopulation and stuff, but bro, I'll tell you something right now. The Earth is huge, bro, and I'll tell you something right now. There's not 8 billion people on the Earth. I'll tell you that right now.
world. Travel without restrictions. The eradication of all deaths,
Apparently, you can fit the entire planet in like Texas, right? Like, didn't someone say that? I don't know. I think I just made that
in
up.
Texas. And all of this can be achieved if we simply follow their lead and unite under the Creative Society.
This is low-key a good pitch, bro. I don't know. I'm low-key for this. Are y'all for this or not? Look at this. It's a good little a safe world without wars. Yep, that's amazing. No taxes, unlimited utilities. Damn. That sounds nice. But what's the catch? You know what I mean? Are they gonna have control over everything? Like, that you watch, that you do? Where you go? I feel like that would be the catch.
No, this clearly all sounds way
Also, humanity runs on free will, you know what I mean? So they'll probably give you this income or whatever, but they'll take away your free will, and you know that you can't
too good to be true. Much like how Aegon came off, it feels completely outlandish and conspiratorial. To be honest, it feels like the Creative Society has more in common with something like a religion, or perhaps even
my neighbor in my house, like, if I'm facing out the guy to my left, he is a cult leader. He has this cult called the Creative Society.
Wow.
I swear to God.
What did they do?
They're like a doomsday, kind of like they're a doomsday cult, but they're like eco-doomsday. So they think that we're in the end of humanity, and the only way to bring us out of it is like through their method of creativity.
the concept of a
They
new
are some
world
cycles,
order.
I'll tell you that right now.
A list of 8 pillars that their
That's Creative
values are
Society.
based around. The weird Illuminati-looking logo. All of this is packaged exactly like a cult. And although
This is
it's
a crazy logo. It has like a serpent, and then it has the triangle, and then it has the infinity logo.
obvious in hindsight, if you had merely stumbled
So
upon
yeah,
it
I think this is just wannabe like Illuminati.
when scrolling online, you
From what
likely
I'm saying
wouldn't
right now.
even second guess it. This entire organization looks authentic.
But damn, they
It
went through
pulls
a
you in
lot
with
of
its
stuff
lengthy, seemingly well-researched reports
like
and
10 different
videos
AI
on
YouTubers,
important
you know what I mean,
topics,
to spread
led
it.
by experts who look legitimate. And it promises of a perfect world where you can be free, if only you
Damn.
spread their message. And somehow, it's actually working.
I told you, bro. People,
Plastered all over
man,
their website
I'm telling
are
you, they
image
almost
after
got me,
image.
bro, with their little pitch. Like they literally almost got me with that stuff. But nah, we gotta stay strong, stay the course. You know what I mean? I'm not falling for this shit.
Image after image,
Try that right
depicting
now.
everyday people posing with Creative Society paraphernalia. From what it seems, this group is utilizing their appearance to wiggle their way into various climate expos, US-based business conventions, and even
Wow.
medical offices. This, combined with their immensely aggressive social media presence, in which their videos are spammed on nearly every platform you can think of,
Wow.
gives insight into why so many around the world have found their cause. Like with everything else, they carry the appearance of doing a net good for the world. However, as I sit here writing this, I am honestly more confused than ever, because quite literally none of this makes any sense.
Let's see.
So far, we've seen 2 interconnected climate activist groups that are very clearly peddling more than they've let on. Doing any sort of surface level research into any of them reveals that their claims are extraordinary. They distort science,
Yo, by the way, give the editor a raise, bro. Like, the editor is going crazy this video.
fabricate their credibility, and even on the Creative Society's website, they go on about a utopian new world order. Either none of these people are doing any research into the organizations they're so outwardly supporting, or they are, and I'm just the crazy one that doesn't see their vision. To me, the entire existence and support.
That's truly historic. Thank you to the organizers. The joke about money is funny until you realize that it's all reality. And some people just
Of the Creative Society is one massive
all these
paradox.
accounts look fake.
People should be writing them off. So what really is going on here? Upon scouring the net for any information about this group, I happened upon an article written in 2022 on BBC.com. Pinned by two climate disinformation reporters named Marco Silva and Marilyn Thomas, they dive into, of all things, how the Creative Society is fraudulent. They explain how several high-profile scientists were, at one point, invited to speak at their online events, mistakenly believing that they'd be educating the public, only to have their words entirely twisted. They claimed that video footage was edited to remove any mention of the human causes of climate change, instead framing them as if they agreed with the Creative Society's outlandish views. Since then, these fraudulent videos have been blasted across their socials, fueling propaganda and continuing to attract.
I'll tell you this though, bro. You don't want to go to war with the Creative Society, bro. These guys, they seem like they got connections. They seem like they can send 5 vans up to your house at fucking 3 a.m. They seem like if you sue them, bro, you may not show up to court the next day. You know what I mean?
Populace to their cause. It's clear that this toxic combination of distortion and dissemination is what's quietly elevating them to prominence. But even still, there's a question brimming in the back of my mind. Who exactly is behind all of this? On their website, the Creative Society simply states that there's no one person funding or directing them. It's all just this undulating network of volunteers banding together to change humanity. However, it's when we scour the BBC article when we'll find that that isn't exactly true. Within it, they name drop a man, someone who's been affiliated with the Creative Society and shows up throughout the bulk of their online presence. In fact, it's a man who you've already seen several times throughout this video, hosting their conferences, introducing their YouTube videos, speaking on their network of over 200 channels across thousands of videos. He doesn't exactly hide himself, but he remains just distant and unfamiliar enough to the average person to not arouse suspicion and to coordinate things from behind the scenes. His name is Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, formerly a chiropractor, now the leader of the Creative Society, and someone who's also listed as the leading figure in a Ukrainian spiritual movement, which... Hold on.
Alat Ra is known for promoting pseudoscience and wild conspiracy theories involving the secretive, powerful leaders that sacrifice children.
Alatra is known for promoting pseudoscience and wild conspiracy theories involving aliens and secret.
We got us it all for this one.
That sacrifice children. Okay, that is an absolutely insane statement, but
no, I'm not gonna lie. That's not really insane because I feel like everyone has heard of this by now, right? Like the Epstein Island, and like they were like worshiping a statue or something and then killing kids there. Or
we've
some shit,
seen
bro.
that name before.
And then aliens. I feel like everyone is like always speaking
right
about aliens,
under our nose. A group has been operating.
Wow.
And upon digging into them further and cross-referencing them with the Earth Save Science Collaborative and the Creative Society, it's become clear to me that everything we've covered up to this point was nothing but a front. A funnel to the real core of this rabbit hole.
What?
Alatra.
Yo, alright bro, this video was crazy, hold on.
Hidden within every climate report and embedded in every viral video are endless references to something called Alatra, an organization which, as it turns out, has much deeper and more expansive roots than anything we've seen so far. They're the ones behind the Creative Society project, the ones paying Egon Shalakian to lobby in the US government, the true puppet master behind this sprawling network of interconnected accounts that are quietly taking...
I'll tell you what happened to Egon, like the actual Egon, not like the fake one. They showed up to his house with a nice little sum of money, 20,000, something like that, and then they told him, listen, you're an old man, we're gonna give you this money, you just give us your rights to your face. And then the poor guy was like, okay, I don't know, like, sure, yeah, take it, and then boom. Boom,
taking
it's
over
over.
the internet.
Now he's the face of this stuff, you know what I mean?
While up to this point, we've seen the prior groups spreading misinformation and outlandish ideas, what Alatra truly believes at their core is so far out there, so off the
AU Parliament hosted an event by a group accused of being a pro-Russian sect that believes aliens walk among us. Wow.
rails that I struggle to
Do y'all think it's real that aliens walk among us?
comprehend how
I don't
they've
think that's
ever
real,
been
to be
taken
honest.
seriously. According to the videos on their vast network of YouTube channels, they sincerely believe that humans are capable of telepathy and have conducted several
Now
experiments
this is true though. They are, bro. Have y'all not seen the videos of these black people that are fucking moving this water like with their hands, bro?
using a walk-in pyramid. Where
I will say
volunteers
this: the
trans-
telepathy stuff is real. Cause bro, there was a movie called like the man that sees the goats or like something like that, and then it was based off like a true story where some dude got hit with some CIA experiments and then killed a goat with like his mind or something. Y'all should look into that. And then, bro, Stranger Things is based on a true story. Okay, I forgot what the girl's name was, but like they just experiments on her and she was moving stuff. You know what I mean?
with their minds in front of a live audience.
Yeah, this is true, by the way. Also, there's something called remote viewing as well, where someone can be in a different room and you'd have all these up, and he'd call them exactly like one by one. You know what I mean? That's I think that's 100%.
Videos showing members taking photographs of their thoughts, infographics
Wow.
about the soul coming from space, even podcast appearances where they talk about aliens living among us.
I don't think aliens are real, to be honest. I don't think they are.
Considering the
I think
level
it's more likely we're in a simulation that aliens are real.
of their development, the Apexians had already
Well, I think there could be aliens, but it's like bacteria, like, you know what I mean? It's not actual. There's no society that's out there like us. You know, that's what I think. I don't know. You could say the universe is infinite, but you know what I mean? Maybe it's just spawning. Like the further we go, you know what I mean? I don't fucking know.
colonized millions and millions.
But I have heard of this stuff, like the Anunnaki, whatever the fuck it just said right there. If you go back.
About the soul coming from space, even podcast
Yeah, this was floating around so much back in like 2019, 2020. But it's like, nah, I don't think that's real.
appearances where they talk about
Reptilians and stuff like
aliens
that.
living among us.
Considering the level of their development, the Apexians had already colonized
Apexians,
millions
nah.
and
I think it's more likely, instead of aliens, it's like some demons and jinn that are like walking among us. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more like, because they can take the form of a human.
millions
You know
of
what I mean?
planets by that time.
I don't
And
think there's aliens.
naturally they had developed methods of working.
That
with
came from like a
humanoids
whole
like us,
different planet,
right? So they took
You
this
think we
simplest
wouldn't strike
option.
them down?
They
I feel like
elevated
we would.
themselves to the rank of God.
Naturally, on their
And then they would
website,
just look
they
so
mention
different, like,
none
it
of
just-
this,
it doesn't make
instead
sense, I feel
describing themselves with the familiar spiel we know all too well by now. Volunteers across 180 countries, nanoplastics, the usual. It's when we take a look at their about page, though, when we're able
Or it could be that aliens came and then crossbreeded with like monkeys, and then humans came. You know what I mean? Because then humans are the only beings that have consciousness. So
to spot something
that could be
strange.
true. You never know.
Taking up nearly half
I've
of this
heard that
page
before.
is a massive
I don't
section
think that's
about a
real.
supposed defamation campaign enacted upon
does kinda
Alatra
make sense,
by a
but I
group
don't
called the Russian Association of Centers for Religious Insect Studies, or RACERS for short. Alatra claims that this group sought to tarnish its image by accusing them of believing in ideologies laid out in so-called fiction books that they once published. Furthermore, they go on to claim that they are absolutely not an apocalyptic cult and that all rhetoric supporting this is intentionally trying to discredit them. You know, it's funny they say that because we kind of already had an idea. If the alien beliefs and weird telepathic experiments weren't
This looks creepy
enough to
I
give it
don't know if this
away,
is real.
then them outright claiming that they're not a cult, guys, they are not a cult, is a bit of a dead giveaway. But I digress. With this in mind, I did some digging into Alatra itself and stumbled upon a trove of information about their early years. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but even with everything we've seen them peddle so far, things still get stranger.
Let's see.
In their early years, Alatra was born as nothing more than a publishing house, releasing novels penned by an author named Anastasia Novik. These books are highly spiritual and feature a being named Rigdon Japo, who's a sort of prophet for Alatra. Supposedly, he's been reincarnated. He can teleport, read minds, and displays numerous other superhuman abilities.
Yeah, I don't think teleporting is real.
Exactly the kind that they're trying to replicate in the pyramid videos.
Wow.
In essence, he's their version of Jesus, and some of the books even read like religious texts, containing conversations between Japo and Novik, where he relays the word of their god, a disembodied voice named Alat, to the reader. The most interesting part about Japo, though, has nothing to do with his supernatural behavior, but rather, his job. In their very first book, dating way back to 2003, he's introduced in his earthly form as a martial arts teacher and, well, would you look at that?
Wow.
A chiropractor.
Wow.
His students call him sensei, but on more than one occasion, he is directly referred to by the name Igor Mikhailovich.
What the fuck? So this dude is role-playing a prophet, bro, and writing all this religious text.
While Alatra may have passed these books off as mere works of fiction, the inclusion of Igor Danilov is very real. This man, to this day, is convincing thousands to follow him. He professes the ideas baked into these novels in his
God damn, what the fuck? Did she actually pull this off? The reptilian eyes?
Loads of YouTube videos and on every Alatra website. And he convinces humans that they're capable of doing things that are physically impossible.
So this looks like Scientology. I don't know if y'all heard that, the stuff Tom Cruise is into, because they say the same thing. It's like, oh, like, you can do everything. It's like already unlocked within you, you know what I mean?
At this point, we've transcended the realm of pseudoscience and societal manipulation, because this man, Igor Danilov, is trying to be a prophet. A warped, twisted, and disturbed prophet, leveraging his power behind the scenes to not only control people, but to enact some of the most disgusting acts.
What is this?
Imaginable.
Oh. Oh no, what did he do to them?
Девушки находятся в постоянном страхе, и поэтому они очень контролируют, что они говорят, как, и, конечно же, никому ничего нельзя рассказывать.
Добрый вечер. Я очень благодарна, что вы вышли со мной на связь. Я понимаю, что время у нас довольно ограничено, поэтому давайте пройдемся по тем вопросам, которые бы хотелось, ответы на которые хотелось бы общественности показать.
The video you're currently watching is an interview between a Russian journalist named Elena Namlieva and one of Igor Danilov's former so-called heavenly birds. In fear of retaliation, her identity has been concealed. However, the information she provides gives us an eerie look into his other ventures. In this interview, the woman explains that Igor, joined by other cult members, would regularly partake in group intercourse with upwards of 13 women at a time. These women, as far as she knew, ranged anywhere from 20 to 40 years in age, and these acts were supposedly meant to cleanse their spirit. Igor Danilov, being the group's prophet, would utilize his power.
The question is, bro, how do you fall for this? Like, this just sounds dumb, you know what I mean? Unless they were forced into it, but...
them into participating.
Come on.
And if they refused, resisted, or told anyone about what was happening behind closed doors, then he would convince them that their soul is all but damned to hell. You're either with us...
Bro, I thought he was gonna, like, blackmail them or something, like, oh, your whole family died, like, if you don't do this shit. Bro, all he told them was that they're going to hell, like, come on.
Remain silent or are against us and are siding with Satan, he would claim. An unthinkable form of psychological manipulation that has kept women silent, obedient, and entangled in Danilov's web for years.
Конечно, это постоянно девушек держит в страхе. То есть, я говорю, это не в открытую происходит, но это постоянно вот фоном, да, проходит сквозь все беседы, сквозь все встречи, что или ты с нами, или ты попадаешь в ад и будешь вечно расплачиваться и страдать.
Come on, you can't be stupid enough to fall for that.
As details about Danilov's actions trickled out over the years, investigations into Alatra began to ramp up. In 2023, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church allegedly became so concerned about this group that they labeled them a psycho cult while simultaneously Russia also declared their activities undesirable. Their controversial beliefs, psychological manipulation and coercion, and worshipping their leader as if he was some kind of messiah were starting to cause concern. And
yeah, by the way, how is this dude not
growing
arrested?
day by day, Allatra was rapidly morphing from the appearance of an innocent climate-focused organization into a legitimate global threat.
Wow.
In August of that year, Ukrainian forces organized a series of raids on the homes of Allatra's key members. They scoured Ukraine from top to bottom and followed every lead they had, no matter how insignificant. More than 20 cells were broken up. Yet, surprisingly, Danilov was nowhere to be seen.
Damn.
While the case, though, they weren't entirely empty-handed.
This dude might
as
be
what
him,
they found
bro.
instead was so
If he imagine he like teleported or something,
unexpected,
like he said he would.
so completely out of left field that it turns this entire movement on its head.
What did they find?
Inside one of their compounds, Ukrainian authorities uncovered an array of weapons, religious texts,
wow,
and
what the fuck?
a myriad of blurred red objects.
What is that?
Interesting.
Bombs?
Well, good thing there's a video. So let's see.
Is that a hat? Huh? What? What the fuck? Does that say Trump?
All throughout this compound are not only shrines dedicated to Vladimir Putin, but Trump hats everywhere. This is why
What
they're
does that
creating account after account, specializing in nearly every country in the world to spread their message. This is why they're paying Egon Shalakian to cozy up to any major governmental figure he can. This is why they've spread to California and have launched a trendy new YouTube channel for a fresh American audience. These people will not stop their efforts until they land someone inside the White House and beyond. And you wouldn't believe it, but they're well on their way there.
I am running for president of the United States of America to give power back to the people and build a creative society.
Is this AI?
Worldwide.
Yo,
It
these
turns
people are
out that
funny as
former
fuck.
football coach and presidential candidate Robbie Wells has been associated with
Oh,
Allatra
wow,
and the
no,
Creative
this- that
Society
was not
since
AI, okay.
2019, running for office, circulating the same rhetoric about a universal basic
Damn.
income,
This
using
dude was a
every
football
social
coach?
media account to deliver pro-Allatra, pro-Putin conspiracies to his followers. Pastor Mark Burns, the man who just helped erect the golden statue of Trump, also has video after video spanning every one of
What?
his socials supporting Allatra's cause. And
No
most insane
way.
of all, even the Pope has given Allatra his blessing.
What?
Something they make absolutely sure to boast about on their website.
What on
These
earth?
activities, these attempts at gaining
Yo,
access
it's
to
really a
major
clown
governments
world out
across
here,
the
bro.
world are happening right under our nose. And
What
no one,
the
besides a
fuck?
handful of people dedicated to following Aegon's trail, are talking about any of this.
Yeah, listen, this dude just brought a whole bunch of awareness to this that whatever plan they had, like, it's done. It's out the window. There's no way it happens. I can't believe they got the Pope on it.
Ahoj přátelé, vítám vás z Afriky. Je to tady naprosto fantastický. Zrovna jsem přišel do vesnice. Hello Klára! Tohle je jedna z mých hlavních pomocníků.
Allow me to introduce you to Jakob Jol. a journalist, YouTuber, and qualified expert in cults, dedicating his life's work to exposing them and the plethora of sophisticated techniques they use
I
to
thought that was
manipulate
something
their
completely
followers.
different. I thought he
He's
had that
also
kid trapped in a cage or something.
a humanitarian, having spent numerous years volunteering in Africa,
This dude, he
traveling
seems
to
like a good guy,
communities
you know
like the
what I mean?
town of
So let's
Moshi,
see.
Tanzania, where he helped to provide education and support to people in less privileged situations than his own. Or at least, that's what he says he does.
No. I knew there was something off. I swear to God, I knew there was something off about him. Yeah,
Scattered
this
across
dude is
YouTube
creepy.
are numerous near-identical documentaries that provide a much more sinister look into Jakob's supposed activities in Tanzania. Satanist in Africa, from charity to child abuse. The
Alright,
victims
now I'm thinking he's like being framed because like there's no way.
told the truth. Why is Jakob Jarl still free?
So I think he went after them and then they started posting these videos.
These
of him.
productions span hours and appear to be entirely legitimate documentaries. They're presented by verifiable hosts who have taken to the streets of Moshi to interview locals who'd like to expose the truth.
Hold on, I thought this was
That
gonna be like
Jakob
AI.
Jarl is a liar, a deviant, and that he secretly and covertly conducted an undercover operation to abuse and brainwash children in Africa.
What the
This
fuck?
case is so disturbing, so repulsive, that all over TikTok to this day are hundreds upon hundreds of videos spreading the word about this monster that has seemingly been hiding under the radar for years.
Gotta be like a hate campaign, right?
This horrible human being who abused kids in Tanzania. His name is Jakub Jarl.
Where's the proof?
He is from Czech Republic. He came to Tanzania.
Isn't it called
Just
innocent
take a
until
look
proven
at
guilty?
this predator, Jakub Jarl, who raped African kids, is saying.
What?
Jakub Jarl raised thousands of euros, claiming it was to help children in Tanzania, and then he used this money to brutally abuse them.
I'm not seeing. Someone said he is real. Yo, I'm not seeing no proof though. I need to see some proof or something. No, he is Czech and he was burning an Israeli flag in public once. Alright, that's how I know this dude is innocent. I'll tell you that right now.
This
First hand, this dude
account,
is innocent.
Ollie Climate Girl, is one of hundreds spreading the Jakob Jarl story. Which is fine. It's good to get the word out. The part that isn't fine, though, is that this very account has already shown up in this video.
No way. Where? Wow. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper. That's what she said. So they framing this dude. Who, like I said, he's like a good guy, you know what I mean? They're framing him. Damn, bro.
Jakob Jarl never did any of this. The documentaries, completely fabricated. The endless support of them, entirely manufactured. Every bit of information we've learned about Jakob up to this point has been nothing but what Alatra wants us to know about him. Because just a few years ago, Jakob did something to absolutely enrage them.
I called it, bro. He went after them. See, this dude is a real one, bro. He put his life on the line for this.
In 2023, Jakob Jarl was one of a number of Czech journalists working to expose Alatra's activities. Turns out that he was instrumental in locating one of Igor Danilov's hideouts. And because of his meddling, he's now facing a coordinated smear campaign, essentially painting him as the devil. Unfortunately, it's difficult to parse who exactly is connected to Alatra and who isn't when it comes to their comment sections. They've amassed hundreds of them across their various uploads, and the overall sentiment ranges from unapologetic support to cautious skepticism. From what it seems, this massive psyop they're pushing is working in some capacity, as it's even caused the Czech government themselves to step in and investigate Jakob for these claims.
It's crazy how a social media campaign right now can ruin somebody's life, because this dude posted a video that had 200 views, by the way, and then all of a sudden now there's hundreds of thousands of accounts claiming they're spreading the same lie. And how this world works is that if everyone spreads the same lie, eventually it'll just become the truth. You know what I mean?
It took years before he was exonerated.
That's free game
and
for y'all
while
right
today he's thankful for it, the mental toll it took on him, combined with the internet's collective outrage about him doing things he never would have even
Honestly,
imagined.
some crazy shit could have happened to him. Like, he could have got his house swatted or raided or like robbed or something like that. Because of someone who saw this stuff and, like, you know what I mean? thought he was actually a bad guy.
All of it had unfortunately put him in an extremely dark place.
Damn, bro.
Hello, this is Pastor Mark Burns, spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump, and I want to tell you, I'm here in the Tanzania embassy right now. Just had a wonderful, productive meeting. Yaakov is not going to get away with the evil and the atrocities that has been done to these children. So let's continue to pray. Let's continue to fight. And let's continue to tell.
Bro,
the
this
world
cannot be real life. This feels like
is
it feels like I'm in an episode of The Boys, bro. Like this doesn't feel real.
Jacob, you won't get away with this.
To this day, if you look up Jakob Jarl on any search engine or social media
they
platform,
ruined his life.
you'll find video after video painting him out to be a monster.
They literally ruined his life.
It is an absolute travesty.
What the fuck?
And that's exactly how Alatra once said.
Damn, bro. The videos don't even have that many views. It's just if you search up the guy's name, it's like 1,000 videos.
It's interesting. I don't know if you know, but this summer holidays, Alatra is again visiting Tanzania. They're going there with like 20 volunteers for 2 weeks. And you know why they do it? Because the children we were helping, they discovered all their orphanages. And now they're getting into that orphanages. Of course, when they give those people money, you know, of course they will take it and they will be happy. So now they're going there and visiting those children we cared for
This
years.
is next level evil, bro.
And they're visiting them, and they will try turning them into this
Wow.
member in the future. You know, they have like this whole campaign, and that's the real torture thing.
Right.
You know, because they can't hurt me with lies when I know it's a lie. You know, but they can hurt me with those
Damn,
children we
bro.
helped them
This dude
medically,
is a
we
real
put them in
one.
school, and now they go there. You know, now they made all those people crazy. You know, they're spreading those things. So I can't visit Tanzania anymore. So I can never visit them again, the children, nor any of the volunteers. We like traveled there with a bunch of people for years. We cared for all of them. No one can visit them anymore. And all of those children are getting indoctrinated into Alatra cult now.
Now that you're saying that,
Bro, this is straight from a horror movie, bro. You're telling me the kids are like gonna grow up to join this cult and like forget the man who like raised them and stuff, like, bro.
I had never considered that.
This is insane.
As one of the negative effects.
This is like one of the worst punishments you can have. Like, imagine raising some kids for like a few years and then your biggest enemy just goes and spreads like complete false lies about you. You know what I mean? And that probably slides them like 5K, 10K to be like, listen, that dude is a piece of shit. Just take this money and just listen to what we're saying, and they're gonna be alright. You know what I mean?
Had on people.
Probably give them some
that
iPhones
I will
stuff.
say is probably one of
Some
the most
water.
grim out of everything.
Whatever the hell,
And
like,
I
they
never
buy
knew
them.
that. So thank you for bringing that up because I want more people to know about this.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's like the
I
real
wonder if
thing.
you search up this dude's name, Jacob Jarl, like does like the misinfo still show up or not?
That's hurting me. That's the only thing I can't like be laughing about. But the other things that okay, so they will kill me somewhere. You know, that's like something I can't
Nah,
laugh
bro,
about.
come on, don't
Because
even
I
speak.
don't care so much anymore when
Damn,
I know that it's much more important to fight against them. But this is something that hurts me, and
Damn.
I also
This dude is a hero, and something bad might happen to him. So we gotta protect him. All right, they gotta send like 24/7 officers around him.
feel guilty.
The problem is with this new cult, it's like a symbiote. Like it might take over some of the officers, and then all of a sudden they're like a hidden, whatever that word is called, hidden agent. You know what I mean?
Because if I
Fighting for
would
the
not
other side.
visit those children and would not investigate cults, they would not be indoctrinated by this crazy cult that's now targeting them.
Damn, bro. Listen, respect to Nexpo because he has like 5 million views on this video, so. And then my reaction probably gets another 5 million views.
At
you know
the
what I
end
mean?
of
So-
all of this, I'm simply left feeling.
But nah, jokes
shocked.
aside, they gotta protect this dude. Like, police officers, SWAT team, whatever he needs, you know what I mean? 24/7 surveillance.
Shocked at the fact that something so
Because
random, so
they ruined his life with like the search, and now I honestly think they come for him like physically if he doesn't stop.
minuscule, a simple live stream by Destiny and a Reddit post to accompany it could morph into something so far from where we started.
Damn, bro.
This entire time, Aegon Shalakian has been nothing but a cog in a much greater machine. A fraud, in so many aspects of his life.
So are they gonna explain, like, is the actual Aegon, is he in on this, or did he just sign his rights away, or like what's going on with that?
Alatra to this day is operating
Feel like they
around
should
the
explain
world
them.
and is doing everything they can to entangle themselves in world governments to further their cause. Like with Robbie Wells and Mark Burns, their strategies have been undeniably effective. However, I believe that shining a spotlight on groups like this can truly help prevent them from weaseling their
Yeah,
way
yo,
into where they
Nexpo just cooked them, by the way, with this video.
What they've unleashed upon
Or,
Jakob
or did he invite more people to like join them? I don't know.
Y'all and the handful
Nah, I think
of
they're
other
done. I think they're
journalists
done.
that have
They have to
exposed
be
them
done, right?
is cruel and inhumane, and it reveals to me just how effective the internet can be at swaying public opinion.
It really can, bro. It really
You would
can.
never watch this video and it
If you go on a bunch of accounts right now, and Instagram, Twitter, whatever, if like 20 different accounts are stating the same opinion, like, oh, let's say right now, like 20 of the biggest, and by the way, this happens. Let's say Sony is releasing a movie. Let's say Spider-Man, alright? Okay, so Sony just released it. Or actually, that one movie, Obsession, okay? Sony just released Obsession, alright? And they go and pay, like, the 20 biggest Twitter accounts, not even celebrity accounts, just, like, the biggest meme accounts or the biggest news outlets or whatever, to, like, retweet or, like, quote tweet something about Obsession, like, oh, I'm going to see this movie today, is it good or not? Or, like, oh, this movie was, like, a 10 out of 10 or something like that. And then, bro, before you know it, Obsession is now like the #1 movie in the world. You know what I mean? The fastest growing movie. Same thing with like Spider-Man. Same thing with fucking whatever Matcha, whatever the fuck.
randomly
you know what
stumbled upon Jakob's story. I wouldn't fault you for believing everything that Alatra has been peddling. I wouldn't fault you for
So that's how
believing
they
their
do it
climate
nowadays. You
disaster
just go
reports, considering the changes
to
our
the
planet
biggest news outlets, and you just tell them to spread one thing, and then all of a sudden, you get like some fake accounts to accompany that, and then now boom, everyone thinks the same thing.
seen in the
You know
past
what I
few
mean?
decades. And I wouldn't fault you for giving these people credibility, given the seemingly endless images and videos depicting them with powerful figures. While Igor Danilov, to this day, remains at large, his group continues to operate in
Wow,
capacities
that dude is not even in jail, bro. After all this evidence and stuff,
still don't fully
That's
understand. Who knows how many women are still under his grasp,
Wow.
worshiping
This is still
him
kinda
as something he isn't, coerced into satisfying him whenever he demands it.
This dude had 13
and being
sex slaves,
tormented
bro.
into an agonizing
And he's still
silence.
roaming the streets free.
I can only hope that someday they wake up and realize how fraudulent everything about Alatra truly is.
Damn. Is the video going? Hold on, there's a post-credit scene. Is there a post-credit scene? Wow! Alatra is actually deleting everything. Okay. So this dude ended them. No post-credit scenes? What's going on? He's hiding out with numerous women in Slovakia. Damn. And they'll never find him, I'll tell you this right now. I have no recollection of ever meeting. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Damn. Yeah, yo, they gotta check up on the real Egon. Like, where the hell is he in on this? Honestly, I think he's in on this, because there's no way, right? I think he got paid, signed his rights away, and like he knows what's going on. He's part of the cult, probably. That old man. Alright, yo. Good ass video. Good video. Damn, this dude. I don't know if this is all the people that worked on this, but listen, you gotta give your editor a raise, bro. I'll tell you this right now. How long, bro? This was a 50-minute video. I honestly felt like I was watching a movie. Next time, listen, if I ever watch this dude again, I'm getting food. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what I need. But listen. Listen, man, good video. We're gonna sub to this dude. We're gonna watch his stuff again. And respect to this guy. He's a hero, okay? Like I said, get some surveillance team on him 24/7. And yeah, they gotta find the other dude, the cult leader or whatever.